Greetings, YouTube. Nate of America here. And this whole caviar, I keep wanting to say caviar, but this incident is a real serious matter, man. Oh my goodness. The Democrat Party has built this monster, this little monster here, and just blew it into this great big behemoth of abomination filled with lies and destruction. The way how the Democrat Party has displayed this, what's the word here? Whatever. It escapes me for right now. But the way how they've acted throughout this whole thing is absolutely appalling. And I can't see anybody else siding with them. You got to be absolutely dunce and just stupid. You have to be stupid to believe in their lies. It's so blatantly obvious on what they're doing. They do not even believe in what they're doing. Okay? They just virtue signal over here, virtue signal over there. The way how they went about all of this case is absolutely hypocritical. I'll get into that more later. But right now, Louder Crowder, he's going to be talking about it. So let's dive into this. Oh yeah. If you haven't checked out my channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you love what I'm doing here, you can find me on Twitter. I know it was like a blank screen for a sec. You can find me on Twitter where I'm posting videos on there. Mostly my politic videos. If you tweet me, I will respond back. If you have any information you want to give to me, you can direct message me on there. Speaking of, I have another channel, Journey to the Blackwoods, and it's actually pretty cool right now. We're actually, I'm doing like storytelling and all this other stuff. It's really a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun. If you like a good horror story or anything like that, just something entertaining that doesn't have to pertain to politics or anything of that nature, please check out the channel for that, because I'm always trying to entertain and not trying to be politic and stuff. Just a whole break, this whole bombardment of politics this, politics that. We're trying to give us some entertainment out there, not just not just be like the left, whether we just hit you with blatant propaganda over here. If you want an escape, Journey to the Blackwoods is a great channel to check out, as well as my other channel, The Diabolical Hater, where I just talk and rant about movies, video games, and cartoons and stuff. So easy ways to like entertain yourself. Basically me bringing out some entertainment if you want to, be entertained of that nature. But more on this though. On this channel, we gotta stick with the politics. So here we go. Louder Crowder, take us away.
We did a life advice segment yesterday, so send your emails to lifeadvice@louderwithcrowder.com. The segment is actually Tough Love with your guru, Dr. Crowder. I can't claim I'm a doctor, but really, I'm a doctor. We did that whole show yesterday for those who are Mug Club members. So it's often I'm inspired with this last segment by a particular email. But we went through what, 5, 6, 7?
I think we had 6.
It was a lot of fun. People seem to enjoy it, and hopefully I help some of you people out there. Let me be really clear about this. Sometimes some of these segments are a little more flowery. Sometimes I get emotional. I'm just gonna let you know I'm a little bit emotionally drained. I have just been pissed off all day. I've been pissed off all day. I've had this hearing on, and I've, of course, had to take notes, write down time codes, what's being said. I've had to try and this whole time, wasted a ton of time trying to fact check evidence that wasn't really evidence, only to realize that it didn't matter anyway, and wasted a whole lot of my time. It was just like a pissed off fire hose, just any which way but loose. Although it was loose. Fire hoses are loose; they're not hard. But the point is, I'm pretty tired. That being said, this one's easy. You're watching the hearings when you're thinking about how to navigate it. There's one thing that matters, and there's only one thing that matters: truth. That's it. Truth is what matters. If you go through this process, if you go through life seeking truth, if you make that your number one goal, and I know some people right now are like, well, you're a Christian, blah, 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 and Egyptian myth. Just let's drop the factions for a second. Okay, we're talking about truth overall. There are people you know. There are people I know. It's pretty easy to see if someone is consistently seeking truth or to live in truth in their life. Notice I didn't say your truth. Notice I didn't say my truth. The truth. There is no my truth. There is no your truth. There is no Ford's truth and Kavanaugh's truth. There is the truth. We don't know the truth right now. This is why this matters, and this is why I get so frustrated with the media coverage. We don't know the truth. Do you know why? Because human nature, if left to its own devices, is not truthful. That's why we have the justice system that we do. That's why it's innocent until proven guilty. Have you ever actually thought of that? Have you ever actually sat there and said, hold on a second, why is it innocent until proven guilty? Because that wasn't always the case. Salem witch trials, and I know it was, well, hold on, no, listen, that wasn't always the case in every single society. Do you want to return to the Salem witch trials? And I know it was, well, hold on, no, listen, that wasn't always the case in every single society throughout the beginning. When people talk about, hold on a second, morality is circumstantial. It's societal. Okay, maybe that's true because some societies didn't value mercy. That's why I think that you get your values and your inalienable rights by a creator. I do believe in God. You don't have to, but the truth is, not all atheists have the same values. The truth is, not all religions share the same values. They don't all worship the same God. But have you ever actually thought about why is it innocent until proven guilty? Why did we, when setting up a system on how to judge people, on how to parse information, did we say, all right, we're going to have to assume someone's innocence until they're proven guilty? It's because we know that if people can use lies to further their own personal position, to advance their own personal gain for power, that they will. We know that. You see it in politics. You see it in the entertainment industry. If people can lie, and if they can do so undercover, if they can be protected by lying, and do it for personal gain, that's why someone's innocent until proven guilty. There's a reason for it. It's so that we don't just say, believe all survivors. That's exactly why it's innocent until proven guilty.
The reason why I didn't want to interrupt any of that is because he's absolutely right. I know what you're saying. Oh, well, of course you're going to agree with him. Yes. But not because... not because he's a conservative, he's not, he's a libertarian, and not because he's a Christian, amen to you, brother. But the reason why is because the truth and the way how society has put that into play, in our justice system, is because... Wow, I'm just going to repeat everything he just said. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to throw, put my own little 2 cents. But he's absolutely right. Because humans left in our own devices, we will lie. And things will become a little muttered. So, it takes, it takes a real strong-willed person not to lie. And I feel like if somebody is pushed to the brink, they could lie. Or they could get some information wrong. But the way how our system works... the way how our system works, man, it's innocent till proven guilty. So it's like... You can accuse somebody of saying, well, he did this, this, and this to me. But until you have evidence to back it up, this man did absolutely nothing. If you actually have evidence to back this stuff up, this man done nothing to you. Or this woman has done nothing to you. or they have done nothing to you. This witch hunt, okay? The witch hunts need to stop. I'm not going to play the whole video. This is, there will be a link down there below to go to his channel and subscribe, please. He's always uploading great content over there. But we're going to Mark Dice right now.
Back in July, and never brought them up during his confirmation hearing, not even in private, when they could have been investigated properly without turning this into a media spectacle and smearing him as it has.
He's right about that. They could have done this in private, or they could have done this way back in the day.
Then she released the story to the press, leaked it after the confirmation hearing, hoping that it would cause President Trump to withdraw Brett Kavanaugh from the nomination, thus causing the process to come to a complete halt. Then they hope to overtake the House in the midterm elections in November, and then block President Trump from nominating anyone to the Supreme Court until after the 2020 election, which they of course hope to win and install a Democrat president, who of course will nominate a Democrat for the Supreme Court. This was one of the dirtiest tricks in...
See, this is why we have to go out and vote, guys. This is serious. This is really serious that we go out and vote for a Republican. Okay? Republicans. That's where the money's at right now. That's where it's always been. If you really want to make a change, you have to vote Republican. Okay? That's where it's at. This Democrat nonsense, look what they're doing. They have no evidence on this man. Only she said, he said, and all that other stuff. That's it. That's all they have. They don't have nothing on him. But yet, they're willing to lie, cheat, and steal just to make, just to prolong it till they eventually get back the House and they can eventually either impeach Trump or vote another president, a Democrat president in office so they can get another person, another judge who is a Democrat to be in the seat. This is why I can't stand the Democrats. I can't stand them. They're lies. And people want to just chop this up to, that's just politicians. That's just the way how America is. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. The answer's right here. The answer's right here. The Republicans. It's always been there. It just took Donald Trump for us to see it. Come on, guys. Seriously. Seriously. These people are willing to destroy a man. To destroy somebody who's done nothing wrong.
In political history. And Lindsey Graham sums it up better than anyone.
Did you meet with Senator Dianne Feinstein on August 20th?
I did meet with Senator Feinstein.
Did you know that her staff had already recommended a lawyer to Dr. Ford?
I did not know that.
Did you know that her and her staff had this allegations for over 20 days?
I did not know that at the time.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. When you see Sotomayor and Kagan, tell them that Lindsey said hello, because I voted for them. I would never do to them what you've done to this guy. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. Are you a gang rapist?
No.
I cannot imagine what you and your family have gone through. Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham, that you knew about it and you held it. You had no intention of protecting Dr. Ford. None. She's as much of a victim as you are. God, I hate to say it because these have been my friends. But let me tell you, when it comes to this, you're looking for a fair process. You came to the wrong town at the wrong time, my friend. Do you consider this a job interview?
The advice and consent role is like a job
Do you
interview.
consider that you've been through a job interview?
I've been through a process of advice and consent under the Constitution. Which
Would you say you've been through hell?
I've been through hell and then some.
This is not a job interview.
Yeah.
This is hell.
This
is going to destroy the ability of good people to come forward because of this crap. Your high school yearbook. You have interacted with professional women all your life, not one accusation. You're supposed to be Bill Cosby when you're a junior and senior in high school. And all of a sudden you got over it. It's been my understanding that if you drug women and rape them for 2 years in high school, you probably don't stop. Here's my understanding. If you lived a good life, people would recognize it, like the American Bar Association has the gold standard. His integrity is absolutely unquestioned. He is the very circumspect in his personal conduct, harbors no biases or prejudices. He's entirely ethical, is a really decent person. He is warm, friendly, unassuming. He's the nicest person. The ABA. The one thing I can tell you, you should be proud of. Ashley, you should be proud of this, that you raised a daughter who had the good character to pray for Dr. Ford. To my Republican colleagues, if you vote no, you're legitimizing the most despicable thing I have seen in my time in politics. You want this seat? I hope you never get it. I hope you're on the Supreme Court. That's exactly where you should be. And I hope that the American people will see through this charade. And I wish you well, and I intend to vote for you, and I hope everybody who's fair-minded will.
That just about sums it up.
Wow. 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 The Democrat Party, man. The Democrat Party knows no bounds. They will go out of their way to destroy this country if they have to. These people, or if you can call them that, these monsters are just absolutely terrible. The man's daughter even prayed for the woman who is accusing her father of rape. And they said that he raped somebody, judging by, you know what I mean, if you look at the Democrats, it doesn't stop, you know what I mean? Like, they got like some, you know, let me just show this video, man. This is ridiculous. Let me show this video. Let me show you what you guys need to see right here, man.
Sexual assault, abusive behavior, the exploitation of women by men. These are vital issues for our society to address. We need a revolution. But instead of advancing that cause, Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee undermined it last week with pompous grandstanding and cheap moralizing despite their own giant character flaws. More Democrat hypocrisy on Brett Kavanaugh is this week's Swamp Watch. Let's start with Senator Cory Booker.
I can't stand that guy, man. I cannot stand Cory. I can't stand anybody on the Democratic Party. Jesus.
There are dark elements that allow unconscionable levels of, unacceptable levels of sexual assault and harassment. You are opening up to open air hurt and pain that goes on across this country.
Pain. Wow.
Is you are speaking truth that this country needs to understand.
I agree, and I can think of one person in particular who needs to understand, Cory Booker himself. In college, he wrote a thoughtful article examining his own past sexual misdeeds, including groping a woman without consent while she was drunk. To his credit, back then, Booker used the incidents to highlight his own evolution on these issues. But in 2013, while mayor of Newark, Booker was caught exchanging salacious messages with a stripper. Lindsay Lee was reportedly working at Casa Diablo, which touted itself, wait for it, as the world's first vegan strip club. She told Cory Booker that the West Coast and she loved him and that, quote, "If you're POTUS, I call dibs on First Lady." Booker replied, "The East Coast loves you, and by the East Coast, I mean me." She responded, "Well, now I'm blushing. I bet you are Lindsay." In Thursday's hearing, Cory Booker railed against a toxic culture and pernicious patriarchy. Although flirting with a stripper, of course, is fine. See how that goes down at your next Me Too meeting, Senator. But that's not even the end of it. Over the years, Cory Booker has been a frequent visitor to my part of the world, Silicon Valley, to ingratiate himself with the tech elite and raise money.
Crazy.
He's created quite the impression from every single person. You hear the exact same thing. Wow, what is going on with Cory Booker? He's a real mess. And that's from his donors. Look, I take a pretty libertarian attitude on all this. Winston Churchill was a massively heavy drinker and one of the greatest leaders in history.
So this is the guy who's throwing shade at a Kavanaugh. I can't even say his name right. And here he got a dark past of his own, right? We don't know whether did Kavanaugh did it or not. We don't know. The reason why I'm showing this part of the video is to show you guys how hypocritical the left truly is. These are the guys who are throwing shade at him. And you think it stops at Cory? Egghead Cory? No, it doesn't stop with him.
Senator Booker, I couldn't care less if your personal life is a mess, but I'm not the one moralizing on that committee. Here's another massive hypocrite, ranking Judiciary Committee member Dianne Feinstein. Check this out.
Feinstein.
Sexual violence is a serious problem and one that largely goes unseen.
See, this is what I can't stand, man. Look at them on their soapbox. Like, seriously.
While young women are
it's so easy to point the finger.
Standing up and saying no more, our institutions have not progressed in how they treat women who come forward.
Look at her nodding her head to this stuff. Do you know what this woman has done? I guess not.
That soapbox starts to look pretty flimsy when you consider how close Feinstein was to notorious womanizer Ted Kennedy. Here's what she said when he died. "He was a colleague, an inspiration, and a friend. I have seen up close and personal his dedication."
Ted Kennedy was a womanizer. I can bring up stuff about this man right now. Right now. That is out to the public. And a lot of this stuff ain't secret neither. It's not secret. This stuff is out there in the public. You can research it yourself. Just type in his name. You can research this stuff yourself. It's ridiculous.
Issues of civil rights, human rights, and basic fairness to all. Except the woman he exploited, right, Senator Feinstein? Ted Kennedy's sexual incontinence included a 1990...
And it's crazy, man. It's like the same thing with Oprah and Harvey Weinstein, okay? She knew about it. You know, just like when Oprah knew about this guy and what he did and stuff, and Oprah was in on it, I guarantee Feinstein was in on it too, because she knew about it. Good God, man.
90 report of being caught having sex in public on the floor of a Washington, D.C. restaurant with a lobbyist. How perfectly swampy. At least she lived to tell the tale, unlike poor Mary Jo Kopechne, who Kennedy left to drown at Chappaquiddick. How can Dianne Feinstein be taken seriously on sexual violence when she called Ted Kennedy an inspiration?
Good
but
God,
plenty
man.
more Democrat hypocrites on her committee. Let's not forget Senator Patrick Leahy. He had this question.
These are the people who are laying out questions and poking and throwing pot shots here, throwing haymakers over there. And they have no room to talk. They should be on their own. They should be on their own hearing about what they did. And who have they been around with. You know, who they have acquainted to them. Because the Democrats, they have this thing like, oh, well, when they were trying to pin that whole KKK thing on Trump. It's like, oh, do you know that such and such was at the rally and he's the, why don't you denounce him? And Trump denounced him time and time again. And still they said he's a racist. Jesus, man.
Question on Thursday.
In your yearbook, you talked about...
And here's that yearbook. What's his name? Lindsey Graham was bashing these people over, man. These people are disgusting. They're sick. They're twisted. And I really hope the American people really wake up to this stuff, man.
Drinking and sexual exploits, did you not?
Are you serious? They even had a... Dang it, man. They even have a... Oh, my God. You serious?
And did you not, Senator Leahy, deliver a speech on the Senate floor while drunk yourself? And then there's saintly Kamala Harris, crusader for justice and righteousness. She had this question for Kavanaugh.
Oh, no. Not this woman.
Do you agree that it is possible for men to both be friends with some women and treat other women badly?
Well, Senator Harris would know all about treating women and men badly. She's becoming notorious for abusive behavior towards her staff. Reports of the Kamala Harris's diva-like tantrums include an insistence on multiple meal options, only staying at top hotels like the Ritz-Carlton and the Waldorf Astoria, and refusing to eat food with anything except metal silverware. She once forced a staffer to take a set from a donor's house. But that's not the worst of it. Harris has been described as prone to hostile outbursts. For example, she was witnessed aggressively berating an aide inside a Washington elevator. Multiple Democrat staffers have told me how badly she treats people, an open secret in Democratic Party circles. No one says anything, though, because they're frightened of reprisals from her powerful political machine.
You heard it right there, folks. You heard it right there. But yet these are the people who are trying to destroy this man. This man who's done nothing wrong. This is why we need to vote, man. We're losing our country to a bunch of madmen and women, okay? We're losing our country to a bunch of madmen and women on the left. We're in a pinnacle point, all right, in our country where we can finally get our country back from these crazed, delusional lunatics. So come on. There's not the time for us to be all lackluster and stuff. It's time for us to fight. And I mean fight politically, okay? Get out there, make noise, and, I'm not saying riot, okay? I'm not saying riot, but go out there, protest, show your love towards this man and his family, send out, prayers his way. Please go out there and vote. Vote Republican, because the Democrat Party, this is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. The Democrat Party has lost their minds. They're willing to lie, cheat, and steal. You heard it right there. These are the people who are questioning this man and what he has done, when really there's no evidence of what he did that. If he did that or not. That was so many years ago. Okay? So many years ago. There's no evidence, only just one woman's word on what he did. He is innocent until proven guilty. Where's the proof? There is no proof. The mere fact that these people are willing to drag out, okay, they're using Ford, they're using this woman to drag out this little hearing here so that they can win the midterms and hopefully win the presidency or something. That's what they're doing. That's what they want to have happen. They don't really care about this woman. They don't care about her. And if they don't care about somebody who's been through quote unquote that type of trauma. I say quote unquote because we don't know where this woman even came from. Okay, when he was out and about, she said nothing. Now that he's about to be in the Supreme Court, now she's trying to say everything. We don't know where she came from. We don't know what her deal is. So we don't know whether she got some proof or not. Okay? We don't know that. But what we do know is that the Democrats have their own dirt right there. They have their own dirt. And they need to be investigated on. They're the ones who need to be sitting in the hot seat. They're the ones who need to be poked and prodded and all this other stuff too. It's all about them. And if they're willing to use this woman to get what they want, just think what they've been doing to us all these years. Just think how they've been doing, what they've been doing to us all these years, man. They've been exploiting us. But yet they want us to vote for these people. They expect us to vote for these people. And then you idiots are going to just sit back and be like, well, that's just politics for you. No, it doesn't have to be. That's the thing. Your mind, you're stuck in this plantation, this Democrat plantation, that you just have to vote for them. You have to assume that you must vote for these people. You don't have to. There's another way out. There's another way that actually works. You can get results. All you have to do is make that leap. This is Nate of America, signing out.